Thursday, December the 10th, 2020. I will now call the meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. At this time, we will have roll call. Eleanor Cornelius, Chairman.
Demetrius Taylor, Vice Chair.
Jamel McKenzie, Secretary Treasurer.
Aaron Paxton Arnold, BIDA.
Bianca Motley Broom, Mayor.
Leslie Zinn, BIDA.
Ambrose Clay, Mayor Pro Tem.
R.D. Jones, Economic Development.
Dan Lee, attorney for Clearly College Park.
Tasha Hall Garrison, Assistant Secretary Treasurer for Clearly College Park.
Ken Allen, Councilman, Ward 3.
Renee Coakley, Main Street Manager, City of College Park.
Mercedes Miller, Executive Director for the fabulous Georgia International Convention Center and the Gateway Arena at College Park.
Wonderful. I believe that's everyone. Thank you. At this time, we will review and have approval of our minutes. And I noticed just one mistake, I believe. Line 104. We have Member Willis. I do not know who's second, but I know it wasn't Member Willis.
That was my problem too. I didn't know who was second.
Yes, I'll verify in my notes, but that was a clerical error on my part, but I will correct.
Okay, thank you. Any other corrections? So may I have a motion to approve with the correction?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Opposes? Motion carried. Thank you very much. At this time, addition, deletion, amendments, or changes to the agenda, and we have two. Instead of having the FAA Property Management Services do an executive session, we will move it to new business 4A. And for other issues, I will read the letter to the businesses. May I have a motion to approve those two items?
So moved.
Did I get a second? Was there a second, Tasha?
I didn't hear the second.
Second.
Thank you, Aaron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you very much. All right. New business, FAA Property Management Services.
Okay. As you know, the City of College Park owns the College Park Business and Industrial Development Authority actually owns the two FAA buildings located east of Main Street, and they've been leasing this property from us for some time. We have a property services agreement with Colliers International for the United States Southern Regional Headquarters for the FAA. And at this time, we are asking for the Business and Industrial Development Authority Board to execute a property management agreement with Colliers International for the new year. It says that the term of the agreement will start January 2nd, 2021, and will terminate on December 31st, 2021. The contract is actually included in your BIDA packets, and I'm here to try to address any questions that you might have about the agreement. This contract was already looked over and by the City Council at the City Council meeting that just happened on the 7th of December. And they voted to have it to go before the Business and Industrial Development Authority for consideration.
So, Artie, did the council vote on it?
Well, they can't vote on it. It was in workshop. They looked at it. The city attorney looked at it, and they said, and because the agreement has to be executed by the Business and Industrial Development Authority, it has to go before the Development Authority for consideration.
Madam Chair, if I may,
Okay.
there was consensus amongst the body to send it to BIDA for approval.
Thank you. Okay, by the board members, any questions?
No, no questions, because this looked like this was as standard as it was before, so I didn't see any changes in this, so I'm good.
So Artie, you need for us to make a motion for that?
Yes, to make a motion to allow the chair lady to execute an agreement, a contract for services agreement with Colliers International.
So moved.
Second.
Very good. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And Aaron, you raised your hand?
Oh, no, I said aye.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, thank you, guys. GICC update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm not sure if the BIDA board is aware, but beginning January 1st, we will be closing the doors of the GICC until the beginning of May, until the hotel motel tax comes back. So we will be furloughing about half of the employees. Since being in HR, because I'm interim HR director, we have been able to relocate some of the employees. So it's been a blessing to be in there. And the new HR director begins on Monday. So we have been working with them to do all we can to make sure that they're taken care of. We also had a pop-up multi-marketing group this past weekend. It was $50,000 worth of rent and $25,000 in food and beverage. So anytime we have a pop-up, we do take it. The Gateway Arena will be a early voting poll. Early voting begins Monday, so please vote, but you can vote at the arena from Monday until the 30th. Also, it's kind of public now. We have a big tour next week with the G League. The one thing that we are looking at, the G League is looking at having their whole season as a bubble, and they want to do that season from January to March. They're going to buy out 4 hotels, and they're going to buy out the convention center and the arena. So they're coming out for a tour on Thursday, and they should be making a decision week after next, because it will be 29 games, and it will start in January, and it'll go through the 1st of March. So I knew they were serious when on Monday I got a call on LinkedIn from the president of the G League. So it's pretty serious. It means good revenue for the arena as well as the convention center. So we're working on it. We're trying to work to get everybody back.
So
Thank you.
Mercedes, what does that say about the convention center? We say we're closing it, but it's not going to be totally closed if you're supporting the arena from it.
Well, we'll be open to support the arena. What they would do is use the exhibit halls for practice. Then they'll play their games in the arena. They'll use some of our suite areas for media. And then I think they're going to have meals, and we may do meals in the ballroom because they're trying to create a bubble. And there's no way to create a bubble without using the convention center.
And you say that would start when?
It would start the 3rd week in January, and it would go through the 2nd week in March.
Okay, you better ask Mr. Hicks to make sure that all the communication facilities are totally functional there.
Okay.
Because they're going to have strong broadcast needs.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes. Yes. I'll talk to him about it. Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you.
No,
All. Holidays.
Thank you, Mercedes.
I didn't have a question. I just wanted to say, I know it is difficult in having to do the furloughs and everything. And, but just want to thank you and your team. It's a fabulous team there at the GICC and Arena. And it's our prayers that, you know, things will pick up. And even this, now that you're saying with the G League, that sounds awesome. So I just wanted to, you know, thank you again for everything that you do. You're fantabulous.
Thank you. Thank
How
you
many-
all.
How many teams are there in the G League?
Well, all the teams are not playing. So even the Skyhawks are not playing. I think right now they have 26 teams. And in order to play in this tournament, they have to pay $500,000. So the G League opted out and to put their money back into the Hawks. But it's still a great piece of business to have. And the Skyhawks were the one that brought the business to us. So what we're going to do is take this year that they would have played and put it on the back end of the contract. So it's an extra year because we wouldn't have got this had they not guided them our way.
So is it the it's the G League that's going to play there though, right?
It's the entire G League.
Yeah, the entire G League.
Every team in the G League. Mm-hmm.
Except the College Park Skyhawks.
Right. College Park Skyhawks opted out, and not every team will play, but they have a lot of teams. They actually had more teams than they thought they were going to have. That's why they decided they needed the convention center as well as the arena. Well,
the word has been that we have the nicest arena amongst the G League. So
we do.
And we've got the hotels.
We do.
I would hope we have an inside track on this.
All right, thank you, Mercedes. Economic development reports. Monthly report, please.
Okay, I'll be providing the Maine and Virginia Business District updates. For the month of November, we had one new business, and you all might remember the name. That Manchester Arms is under new ownership, and they're coming back online. They should be completely open for business, I would think, by the first of the year, but they've completed all their paperwork and they are moving forward. So glad to have them back on board. Next slide. And this month, Drip Through Coffee celebrated 2-year anniversary in College Park, and I just wanted to acknowledge them. They also highlighted a new addition to their building. It's a tiny door, ATL, an organizer that does those all over the United States, and we were fortunate enough to get one in College Park. And so I talked to Christy on yesterday. Apparently they have a large following, and they've already have several people that actually just go around looking for these tiny doors and taking selfies and doing all the things they do with those things. So she's very happy about that. And of course, I mentioned last month about the little library as well that they installed at that location. So just wanted to re-mention Drip Through Coffee and the wonderful things that they're doing. And next slide. And Popshopolis on Main, I just wanted to highlight them. They had several events for the month of December, all Christmas or holiday related. And if you need some last minute gifts, I advise everyone to shop small and keep our small businesses in mind. Thank you. Next slide. And then, of course, everyone's heard of Rekindle. It was a successful event. Was very glad for all that could participate. We had an art walk. We had several artists, and we had on the Saturday evening, we also had a woodwind concert. We had a good attendance for that as well. We were able to socially distance, seat everyone. And then on the Sunday, we did the art walk again, and then we had the art show at Millie Gosha's studio on Main Street down by the brake pad. We sold several pieces of art, so it was a very successful event. I highlighted it here for the BIDA meeting because in the bottom picture, you can see our very own Artie Jones. We had at our Parklet area a display of 6 West, and we had a few interested people stopping by wanting to know more information about 6 West. So we were glad to incorporate that into the event as well. And so I just wanted to highlight that here. And the last slide, our next Main Street Board meeting was, of course, yesterday. Our next one will be in January, the second Wednesday of January. And then we also have another poetry night, our last one for the year, with Cultural Arts and Recreation, and then CPMSA jointly at the auditorium on this Saturday evening. And that was all for me. If there are any questions?
Thank you, Renee, for all you do for Main Street.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
All right, moving right along. Tasha.
Hello and good evening to the BIDA board and members of council as well as staff. So for November new businesses, the Old National Southside area received 29 new businesses. Wow. Which is very great news, specifically amid the times. A lot of these new businesses are located within our new retail location in the old Serpent Merchandise Plaza. So please feel free to go and visit at your leisure. There are tons of options available. Next slide. One thing that I wanted to do was spotlight another business, which is the Southside Business of the Month, which is JD's Snowballs. As far as JD Snowballs is owned by a business owner that has several businesses within the corridor, but this one specifically he created for his daughter, who it is named after. I spotlighted some of the foods available, which I love, which are fair foods, a lot of cheesecake, dessert, snowballs, nachos, pizzas. Just really a great place to go and take your kids. I took my daughter and my nieces and nephew, and we had a great time. They also do a kids happy hour, which provides a free meal for children eating with adults. So please go check them out. Next slide. So as far as some updates, as far as from the department, I also wanted to include that we are getting towards the finish line with the Finding the Flint project. And our project was reviewed last month by the MARTA board, who gave consensus for their staff to continue to move forward with the project. As far as we are continuing to negotiate kind of some of the key points and to get to a point where we can have some final documentation to provide back to the board. So I hope to have more information specifically on this project in the new year. Another project that Renee and I are actually working on with Sabretha is our Wellness at Work. It is a collaboration with the Fulton County Health Department, which they are focusing on providing wellness initiatives for small business owners. So this is something that would be very beneficial for like physical as well as mental well-being. And we are working with the health department currently to create a survey that we can provide to our staff for them to disseminate throughout the city to our business partners. As well as in the month of November, I did attend the ARC in Aerotropolis Virtual Summit. It was a great presentation and collaboration between the two entities. It really helped to bring into focus the really the efforts that have been taking place over the past couple years in going into the new Blueprint 2.0, as well as it was more of an update for city officials and staff to discuss kind of where targeted points should be for the upcoming blueprint. As far as for the Business of the Year for Clearly College Park, the survey has been provided online through the social media avenues. As far as residents or participants do have until December the 14th. Currently, Madam Chair, I have received 74 responses, and I anticipate receiving even more after tonight's meeting. So feel free to go and select who you feel should be the Business of the Year for Main Street, the Business of the Year on the South Side, Best Business Person of the Year, special recognition for a lot of our nonprofits or citizens within the city, as well as our, I feel like I'm missing one. So you got to check that survey out to see which one I just missed. The next one is that we do have the LED signage, because we do want to say thank you to all of our businesses for choosing home for College Park. And we will present that as well on the 15th as we announce the winners for each of the Business of the Year categories. Today, instead of Old National Merchants Association sponsoring a holiday party as they have done in the previous years, they did a drive-by toy drive. So that was today from about 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. It is about 7 now, so if you were unable to attend, you can always make a donation to the organization, or they did list on the flyer a cash app if someone wanted to participate. Currently, that is my update. Are there any questions for the South Side?
Natasha, now you said the announcement will be made on the 15th for the businesses?
Correct. The last day to make a selection on the survey is December the 14th, and then on December the 15th, we will announce who was winning, and those recipients or winners will receive the 30 days, basically December the 15th to January the 15th of the discussed advertisements on the LED signage at City Hall as well as GICC. As far as the thank you specifically will be posted at City Hall, but the advertisements will be at the GICC.
So when you say the announcement, you mean it's going to be placed on the College Park website?
Correct. Previously at the last meeting, you all asked that we create something that is a thank you to all of the businesses in College Park.
Correct.
So for all the businesses, we have about 3,266. We found a very creative way to incorporate them and to say thank you to them all.
Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Tasha.
Thank you.
I have a question, Tasha Jamel. So basically, we're saying that the survey, so in terms of finding out the business of the year or those things, we're not going to find that information out until Monday of next week or Tuesday, you're saying?
Correct. As far as the survey doesn't complete until the 14th, I don't mind sending out the board the results as far as at the 14th, but the 15th is when we plan to unveil it to the community with the advertisements for those business owners.
And do we know how that's going to be advertised? Or is there going to be another meeting? How will people know that this is going to be seen? You know, how will people know where to see this? Where this be found?
As far as there are plans to announce the winners on the social media, but then also we will be informing the nominees and the winners that they have won, and then they can drive by the GICC to see their advertisements displayed.
Okay. All right. For some reason, I thought we were going to be announcing those tonight. Okay. That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay. Tasha.
Oh, and this is just the CID and Old National meetings have been moved virtually. So feel free to contact me, as they have not been as scheduled typically.
Before we go to Artie's report, I'm sorry, Artie. Could we recognize those businesses at a council meeting? I'm just asking.
The next council meeting isn't until January.
That's what I'm saying. Could they be recognized at the meeting in January?
As well, if you would like me to list the nominees, I can state who was all nominated. But I would feel it would be best to announce the winners.
The winners, that's what I'm saying. We'll have the winners by next week. I'm just asking if there's a possibility that the winners can be recognized at mayor and council meeting January.
How about this? How about at the next council meeting, during the granting audience to the public, that we can let the chair lady, we can provide her with the names and she can say, Well, we'd like to congratulate A, B, C, D, and business, A, B, C, D, and E business. If you'll see, we have their names posted at the LED at the Georgia International Convention Center. We'd like to thank you for your service to the community, or staff can do that. But if it can be done, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you, Artie. I appreciate that.
I like that idea.
All right, cool. All right, I'll move forward with the director's report. The Economic Development Office has actually completed the tax allocation. Hello? The Economic Development Department has completed the tax allocation district application, and it was submitted to the Tax Allocation District Advisory Committee. They approved it, and it went before the City Council and was also approved at that level. There are some minor edits that are being completed within the application, and that application will be forwarded to the Fulton County School System prior to December 31st. As was mentioned earlier, happy to hear that Manchester Arms will be reopening. And Renee has already mentioned that, tentative reopening January 2021. Also, we found out the Main Street organization, as well as Economic Development, met with representatives from Wayfield, and Wayfield will be undergoing a redevelopment/redesign of their location here in the city of College Park. We're looking forward to it. If you want some details as far as what would be done, please reach out to Renee Coakley and she can provide you with those details. But what Wayfield is doing is, before they do anything, they're going to come back to us with the drawings and the elevations to show us what it will look like. And also they're going to be doing some interior work also. Some of you may have seen Atlanta Now. They announced that Johnny's Chickens and Waffles would be opening in the place of the old Soul Crab on Main Street. The tentative opening is January 2021, 1 month away. We found out that they have several celebrities that are actually opening this restaurant together: Neo, Crystal Smith, and Carly Red. You may recognize Carly Red's name from, I believe it's the Love and Hip Hop, I believe, is the show. And then Neo is an artist, singer.
Yeah.
Temple Square is, want to make you aware that Temple Square, they're now leasing the units that were for sale, but they're now leasing those units. Folia Development, if you may recognize that name, that's the name of the group that's building the 300 homes off of Herschel Road. Recently, a new development agreement was approved by the City Council. A new builder has been identified for this project, Rockland Homes. Basically, the difference between the new development agreement and the old development agreement is that all of the common areas, to include areas that homes are not, the area that the home is not located, are going to be actually taken care of by a homeowners association, so that all of the grasses will be manicured, everything will be cut, everything will be very, very nice, clean. Also, the West Fayetteville development project is moving forward. If you can remember, during the summer, we annexed additional property in the city of College Park from Clayton County. And as a result of that annexation, they're going to be doing a mixed-use development, which will include multifamily, owner-occupied townhomes, affordable townhomes, and also retail at this particular development. And then also our Contour Development, a group that has purchased several major large properties on Old National Highway. They will be coming, they're starting the process to request a rezoning on their Old National Highway properties. I guess they're going to be moving forward towards, I guess, the development that they proposed a couple of years earlier. I'm here to address any questions that the board may have at this time.
Artie, what would the nature of the rezoning be? What kind of rezoning do they need there?
Not sure at this point. They have not turned in the application. We were just contacted recently by David of Contour Development, and we're going to be sitting down, the planning department, myself, a number of disciplines will be around the table from the city of College Park to hear what they have to say and to provide them with feedback and on feasibility and what we will not support and what we will
Should be
support.
very interesting.
Artie, Contour owns the old Target building, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Do they have any plans to demolish that building? I know that they had made some representations as to that earlier in the year.
That's a top topic, Mayor. Tasha and I have already spoken with the planning department as well as code enforcement, and that will be a top priority topic during our discussion.
Certainly, I think it's a really important aspect of things in regard to just the health, safety, and welfare of everyone in that area. That building is an eyesore.
Yes, I totally agree.
And it is absolutely unsafe.
Mm.
And I'm very concerned that it hasn't been demolished already.
Yes, we are too. But we will continue to provide you with updates on that in real time as we're working with them and to get it addressed. Are there any additional questions that anyone might have? Thank you.
Thank you, Artie. Thank you for all that you do for the Economic Development Department. We appreciate you. Other issues? You finished, right, Artie? You finished? Okay, I just see questions. That's why. Okay.
Let me take it down.
Thank you. Other issues? As I stated during our last meeting, I would provide a letter to read to all businesses here in the city of College Park. On behalf of the Clearly College Park Board of Directors, we sincerely like to express our gratitude to all businesses for staying the course during this unpredictable season. We applaud you for making sacrifices to propel your business forward. We understand that it hasn't been easy, but do know we are grateful and thankful during this holiday season that you chose College Park to do business. May your family, friends, and supporters be blessed, and may 2021 be a beginning of a new normal. Sincerely, Eleanor Cornelius, Chairman. All right.
Excellent letter.
I thought I would hear thank you from the board, but I guess not.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Thank you,
I'm sorry,
Eleanor.
Madam Chair.
I was
I'm sitting there-
muted.
It was a
I was
lovely
muted so you
letter.
couldn't
I
hear
was
me.
drinking.
I was muted. I'm sorry.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Moving right along, I would like to have a motion to move from regular session to go into executive session.
So moved.
Oh, I didn't finish. I didn't finish.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
To
I
discuss,
go from nothing to everything, right?
to discuss real estate and possible litigation.
I'm a second that.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Good evening.
Oh.